Welcome to day 176, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Who Are You Listening to? Today, we're becoming aware of the voices inside of ourselves. Which voices are you choosing to tune into? What stories inside your head are you playing over and over? So join me today as we shine a flashlight into the corners of our minds in order to determine which ones we're allowing to perform on center stage. Remember, this channel is providing and holding space for you to stop along the roads you travel and enjoy a faith-based rest stop. Please consider sharing this session with someone you love and care about. Allow yourself to find a comfortable place to complete this meditation today. A place you're able to feel a sense of calm and connection with heaven. A seat which allows your back to be supported, your head free, and your feet resting on the floor. Close your eyes as you sink into the deep cleansing breaths you're now taking in. Hold the breath on the inhale long enough for your lungs to take in the oxygen exchange. Good. I'm going to invite you to consider the script and the stories you're telling yourself in this moment. What is your mind saying, and what stories are you telling yourself right now? Be aware of what's happening inside of you. Whose voice do you listen to the most? What voice are you tuning into? The light or the dark? The uplifting or the negative? There's only two choices. Today is short and sweet. Ask yourself, is this thought I'm dwelling on uplifting or encouraging me? Or is it dragging me down and discouraging? Pick one and expound upon the one you choose. You know, when we go to a grocery store, we actually push the cart around the store and we do place items in our cart that we want, that we desire, that we're willing to pay for. Somehow we think our mind is different, that just the thoughts that fly into our head need to stay there. If someone came past your grocery cart in the store and just started throwing random things in the cart, I think you'd be a little irritated. It's time we treat our mind the same. Be very picky and proactive about what you put in the grocery cart of your mind. A thought cannot bug you or bother you if you don't allow it to be there. If you're struggling with darker thoughts or sad ones, maybe something that hurt you, give yourself a time limit and let yourself be sad. Cry for 10 minutes, or cry for an hour or a whole day, but establish a time limit. Then journal about your feelings and thoughts and honor them. After that, pick the light. Choose an uplifting thought. Move on and go forward with that day. And just because you do clearing one day doesn't mean these thoughts and feelings won't come back the next day. These thoughts and voices may keep coming day after day. It's okay. Because guess what? You're human. So you might have to complete this process many, many, many times. And that's okay. As long as you're winning in the overall day and setting a time limit on it. Make this simple. Don't complicate it. And be super mindful about what voices you keep tuning into and listening to. So let's practice for a few moments. Take a deep breath in and ask yourself, who am I listening to? What voice am I entertaining? And what am I going to do about it? You got this. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Okay, let's come back now. Take 3 deep breaths in and allow yourself a moment to come back to the present moment. Gently open your eyes when you're ready. There's an old folk tale that goes something like this. There was a boy who asked his grandfather a question. He said, "Grandfather, there are 2 wolves that visit me often. They want my attention. There's a white one and a black one. They each show me very different paths, and I'm confused. Which one should I follow?" The grandfather said, "The wolf you choose to feed is the wolf that will stay with you." Think about that. Which voice are you listening to? Which wolf are you feeding? The one you keep feeding and paying attention to is the one that will stay. Choose wisely, friend. Peace comes when I'm mindful about the voices I listen to. Please share this content with someone you love. And remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you are too. Bye for now. Hello, and welcome to day 177, Becoming Peace Guided Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Rewriting Your Bad Day. Learning how to mentally reframe the challenging events of our day is what we'll be focusing on. We all have those bad days. Those days where nothing seems to be going our way. You may be feeling under the weather, emotionally exhausted or overwhelmed with responsibilities. Labeling the day as a bad day may feel right, but it's often inaccurate. No day is 100% bad. There's almost always something good, however small. You can train your mind to recognize both the good and the bad, helping you see clearly that there are likely also pleasant and enjoyable moments during the day, and that none of these moments are permanent. When you do have painful moments, you can respond with compassion and rewrite the story of the day. This practice works well when you're in the midst of a difficult day. So let's find a quiet place and a few minutes to sit in the silence. So close your eyes and begin by settling into your body. Feel yourself sitting still, the connection of your body with the cushion or chair that you're sitting in, and the movement in your body related to breathing. Bring to mind something difficult that you've experienced today. Use a specific event, a general feeling, or whatever arises naturally in your mind. As the feeling of your bad day arises, pay attention to what that experience is like. Notice if there's a feeling in the body or any thought processes in your mind. Just take note. Steer clear of picking it apart too much. Instead, tune into the overall experience and emotion. Ask yourself how it feels to be having a tough time today. With awareness of how this feels, begin offering yourself some compassion. Retain some awareness of the experience in the mind and the body. You can silently offer these phrases. This is a moment of pain or difficulty or discomfort or suffering. And may I tend to this pain with caring awareness. After 5 minutes of offering compassion to yourself, let go of the phrase. Bring something to mind that has brought you joy or contentment today. See if you can find a moment in which you weren't enveloped by the discomfort or pain. It may be when you first woke up, a nice conversation with a friend or coworker, or the time you were eating lunch and not focused on the difficulties. As something comes to mind, connect with how the experience felt. Recognize that although you may be having a hard day, here is a moment of freedom from that pain. Offer the simple phrase, "May I appreciate this moment." Continue bringing to mind other times in which you experienced some contentment during your day. As each new one comes up, sit with it for a few deep breaths and repeat the phrase, "May I appreciate this moment." As you run low on pleasant or enjoyable experiences, look for the neutral moments in the day. Just the neutral ones. And as you finish the practice, reflect for a minute on the whole of your day, the entire day. Without denying your own experience of having a bad day, also recognize that the entire day was not unpleasant. Tune in to the fact that many moments were pleasant or neutral. I'm going to hold space for you for a few moments to just sit in the silence and enjoy and contemplate what you've just learned. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Okay, let's come back. Deep breathing in and exhale through the mouth. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently bring yourself back, opening the eyes and being fully present. I hope you've enjoyed your time today. Peace comes when I take the time to recognize the bad and also look for the neutral and the good. It's there in every day. Sweet, small, tender mercies. Consider sharing this session with someone you love and take in more light today than you did yesterday. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 178, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. Do you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders? Have you ever felt like you had an elephant riding on your back because of the pressures and heavinesses of life? Today, we're talking about this and what to do about it. Remember that this channel is providing and holding space for you to stop along the road you travel and enjoy a faith-based rest stop. Please consider sharing this session with someone you love and care about. So I invite you to take a seat, plant your feet on the floor, sitting with your back supported and your head free. Relax into your chair and release the tension across your back and shoulders, and also your neck. Take in 3 very deep cleansing breaths and let them out, exhaling through the mouth. Good. Close your eyes if you feel the need and just sit for a moment and enjoy this silence while we get ready to begin today. I have 2 or 3 elephants riding on my back at any given time, so it seems. They're heavy, hard to carry, and sometimes can be absolutely backbreaking. Do you know what I mean? You know, those situations you just sort of tolerate and deal with, but often never are fully resolved. They seem to rear their ugly head often, ever so often, and wham, there you are, walking another mile with an elephant on your back. What is the heaviest elephant you're carrying right now? Is it a self-defeating habit? A low-life relationship? A loss you can't get back? A grief-stricken situation that just won't go away? Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about the loss, or the pain, or the sucker punch. I'm sorry. That must hurt. And not much you can do about the pain sometimes. But just for the next few minutes, we're giving each other permission to just drop it. Drop that elephant and run. Only just for these next few moments, because we get to have some rest once in a while. Once in a while, you have to be able to set that elephant aside, set it down, and walk away. I'm inviting you to find the most restful, peaceful, happy place in your mind and heart right now. Where is it? With someone you love? With someone or alone? Out in nature or indoors? In your favorite spot, or are you going to create a new one in your mind? You get to decide, because this break is yours. So drop the elephant. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, and let your eyes close. And we're going to just rest for a while. Whatever you have in your heart that you're carrying will be there in 10 minutes from now. But right now, we're going to drop the elephant, set it down, and enjoy a much needed rest. I'll mind the time for you until you hear a soft bell. Let's come back now. Gently, softly, easy, taking deep cleansing breaths in and out. Gently wiggle your fingers, your toes, your arms and your legs. Gently open your eyes and know that peace comes when I am willing to set the elephant down. I hope you'll consider sharing this message and session with someone you love, and consider taking in just a little bit more light today than you did yesterday. I know you can do it. Great job today, setting down your elephants. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope I see you tomorrow. Bye for now. So this morning I woke up thinking about some various thoughts that I thought it might be a good idea to capture, because I feel like sometimes we are our own best journal. We're the ones that need to show up for us. And as I was thinking about relationships, and I've had some painful ones and I've had some really great ones over my life, but relationship is a reflection of the relationships around you, or the reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. I want you to think about that for a second. Relationship with yourself is a reflection of the relationships that you have around you. So if that's true, what kind of a relationship are you yearning for? What kind of relationships are you hoping to have in your life? Good question for today, right? So then that kind of promoted a different thought, and I'm sure most of you have felt massive amounts of pain in your life, massive amounts of things that didn't go the way that you had planned, things that didn't show up the way that you wanted them to show up, things that just don't feel right in your life. Excruciating losses, excruciating pain, excruciating so much that through the nighttime hours, it keeps you up at night. I've carried that kind of pain in my heart, as I'm sure you have, and you can relate to that. It is a gut-wrenching, you feel it in the center of your soul. And as I was thinking about this, thinking, why have I been plagued with this one certain issue in my life for so long? Why can't I move through it? It feels like it's gone on through an eternity, like I might even be the modern woman Job, right? Because my life is so blessed, but then there's pieces of it that are very painful. And it occurred to me last evening as I was going to sleep, where is this pain going to take me? Where am I going to allow it to take me? And suddenly I had this flood come to me that possibly the pain that I'm experiencing is going to keep showing up until I just release and allow myself to actually learn the lesson. Pain is like a divine discontent in your life. So if you're able to look at it with a little bit of a paradigm shift, a little bit of a different way to look at the pain that shows up in your life, you can actually start looking at what it can help you become. So my message today to you is just to look at the pains, the disappointments, the relationships in your life, the things that you don't think should be the way they are. Maybe they are exactly the way they are. Maybe they are exactly the way they should be showing up in your life, so that you have the opportunity to sit back and allow that to work in your life so that something greater can take its place. Never feel guilty for showing emotion in laughter, in tears, in sorrow, because part of us releasing that emotion, the tears, the laughter when we're uncomfortable, those kinds of things, they allow a space to be created within our soul that can expand and make room for something else to come in. So I hope that you can take a little inventory of what's going on in your life right now and realize that not all pain is bad, not all suffering is bad, not all painful relationships are meant to plague you. They're meant to teach you something. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope that life brings you everything that you have, deserve, and coming. Hello, and welcome to day 180, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Destination Addiction. The idea that happiness is just around the corner or at the next rest stop, relationship, job, or store purchase is a lie. I'm pretty sure you already know that. And today, we're going to come face to face with what destination addictions might be lurking in our conscious and subconscious mind. This channel is meant to be a faith-based rest stop for your heart and your soul. Take full advantage of the next few minutes where you get to shed that baggage you're carrying on your back, set it down, and enjoy a much-needed rest. For now, find a comfy place to sit and rest your hands in your lap, your feet on the floor, and your back supported with your head free. Now, take in a few deep breaths to oxygenate your body and your brain and clear out your mind. Keep breathing. Good. Happiness is not something we chase and look for somewhere else. In fact, happiness will never be where you are if you're looking somewhere else for it. I'm sure you've heard the saying, happiness is an inside job. And it's true. Very true. Happiness is something we create. It's not something someone serves you on a platter. And it certainly is not someone else's responsibility to make us happy, nor is it a destination we arrive at. So let's contemplate exactly what seems to make you the very happiest and brings you the most joy. Is it something you can purchase at Walmart or put in a cart at Lululemon? Or does it run more deeply? Only you know. The answers are within you. Only you can know what brings you true, lasting happiness. But have you fallen prey to, I'll be happy when? You fill in the blank. When I make more money, when I lose more weight, I'll be happy when my kids are raised, when my divorce is final, when I get that promotion, or for that matter, when I die, and on and on. Suffering from destination addiction is a type of mental and emotional espionage that we inflict on ourselves. It's always trying to trick us that we will be happy when. Personally, I think I've lost about 3 decades suffering from this emotionally strangulating state. I was going to be happy when my husband quit driving a truck, when we made more money, when I finished my master's degree, when my child who wouldn't sleep would finally sleep, when I got that job that paid 6 figures, when I moved out of a small house into a bigger one, and even when I purchased that highly sought-after farm. I literally remember checking myself into a bachelor's degree program with 4 children. And I remember having the attitude, I'm just going to hunker down for the next 8 years and finish my master's program. And when I am a graduate with a mental health counseling degree, I am going to be so happy. And you guys, I literally lost a whole decade right there in that one plan because I didn't come up for air. I literally drowned myself. I remember sitting, writing papers at around 2 and 3 a.m. while my youngest little boy was sleeping in the bed across the room. And I just thought to myself, how much longer can I do this? Well, what ensued was very alarming because not long after that stint of high stress, and then not to mention, I had a full-time job that was stressful as well. Well, I got the diagnosis. My body was so strung out. I got the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. My body had it. So be careful with this. I'm on the other side, probably a lot further down the road than you are. At this time in your life, be so careful about putting on the cloak of destination addiction because it's going to cost you something. You will pay with something. The currency and the price tag are just too high. And here's the big news flash. Lasting happiness was never found in the golden bucket mirage at the end of any of those things. I really wish I could say it was, that it was all worth it, but rather, it's taken the last 4 years to just undo the prior 30 years. It's taken the last 4 years to figure out I can't depend on a destination or another person to make my dreams come true. Happiness and true joy is up to me and completely an inside job. It's a private place inside of you that you protect fiercely and keep fed and nourished with only food from my internal and intentional kitchen. There's no takeout, DoorDash allowed in here. And on one hand, it's a little frightening because you're responsible for yourself. And on the other, it's absolutely freeing knowing you can count on yourself. Because guess what? I have shown up for myself every single day of my life. A very long time. Not one day has gone by that you and me did not show up for ourselves. Because we're here. We've made it this far, haven't we? It started at birth and fast forward to the present. Some days I'll admit I was barely breathing, but nonetheless, I was there. And the other one that's always been there is our Savior, Jesus Christ. He has always been there with us too. So let's get off our pity parties, grab your own backpack, and slap on your bravest smile. You show up for yourself. Don't make destination and material things or even the hope of someone treating you a certain way to determine how content you'll be. No matter what, show up and let people be who they are. And you be who you are, showing up for yourself every day of your life, just like we've both shown up for ourselves so far. So sit with this for a few moments and dare to have a conversation with yourself about this. What do you think? Destination addiction. Do we have an addiction? Or are we content to be in the present moment? Well, I'm going to mind the time until, you guessed it, you hear a soft bell. Enjoy. Okay, let's come back now. Gently, slowly, come on back to the present moment with a deep breath in and out. Peace comes when I say goodbye to destination addictions. Peace is the place you create for yourself. I hope you've enjoyed today because I've immensely enjoyed holding this space for you. And I hope I see you tomorrow, and I'm inviting you to take in just a little bit more light today than you did yesterday. I will be here tomorrow, and I hope you will be too. Bye for now.